Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how the most exhausting moments in life don't come from what people say, but from how they try to make you react? A comment, a tourne, a subtle push, and suddenly you feel pulled into explaining, pulled into defending, pulled into proving something you never needed to prove, and the more you try to fix it, the deeper it goes. But there is another way, a quieter way, not aggressive, not passive, just controlled. Because the truth is, most manipulation doesn't work through force. It works through your reactions. It waits for you to open the door. It waits for you to step in. And once you do, the game begins. But today, you're going to learn something different. 10 phrases, simple, calm, précise, not to win arguments, but to end the need for them. Each one, a boundary. Each one, a line you don't cross. Each one, a way to keep your footing when someone tries to pull you off balance. So stay with me, because the last one doesn't just stop a moment. It ends a pattern. There is something powerful about a closed door. Not slammed, not forced, just closed. Most people, when they feel pressure, start explaining. They talk more. They justify more. They try to be understood. But every explanation creates space, and manipulation lives in that space. So instead, you acknowledge, I understand what you're saying. That removes the tension. It removes the accusation that you're not listening. And then, I've already decided. No argument. No debate. Just clarity. If they push again, repeat it. Same tone. Same pace. Like a rock in water. The waves may continue, but the rock doesn't move. Some people don't present opinions. They present verdicts. You're wrong. Everyone thinks so. That doesn't make sense. And suddenly, you're not in a conversation anymore. You're in a courtroom, but you were never meant to stand trial. So you step out. You're entitled to your view. You give them space. And I'm entitled to disagree. And you take yours back. No need to convince. No need to argue. Two perspectives can exist at the same time. And when you stop trying to win, you stop giving away control. There is a signal that comes before every wrong decision. It's quiet, subtle, a small tension inside your body. But most people ignore it because they don't want to disappoint. They don't want to seem difficult. They don't want to say no. So they say yes. And afterward, something feels off. That's the cost. So instead, you listen. I'm not comfortable with this. You name the truth, so I won't be doing it. No drama. No long explanation. Just alignment. And if they try to twist it, stay with it. You don't need their approval to respect your own limits. Not every request looks unreasonable. Some come wrapped in kindness, in loyalty, in expectation. But underneath, there's a trade. And the price is you, your values, your boundaries, your sense of self. And that price is too high. So you keep it simple. If I have to disrespect myself to please you, you name the condition. My answer is no. Not emotional, not defensive, just final. Because respect doesn't start with others. It starts with what you refuse to give up. There is a moment when conversations change, not in content, but in energy. The tone sharpens, the volume rise, the respect fades, and from that point on, nothing productive happens. So you don't engage. You don't match it. You don't fight it. You define the boundary. I won't continue this conversation in that tone. You're not attacking them. You're choosing the conditions. And if those conditions aren't met, you step away, quietly, because control is not staying in every conversation. It's knowing when to leave one. Sometimes, control doesn't look like pressure. It looks like concern, advice that feels heavy, opinions that feel urgent, guidance that feels unavoidable. And saying no feels like betrayal. But your life is not a group decision. So you acknowledge, this matters to you. You recognize their perspective. But this decision is mine to make. And you keep your authority. No conflict, no resistance, just ownership. Because every time you give that away, you lose something you don't easily get back. Guilt is one of the strongest forces there is. If you don't do this, I'll be hurt. You made me feel this way. And suddenly, your choices feel like weapons. But they're not. You are responsible for your actions, not for how others interpret them. So you say it clearly. I'm responsible for what I do. You take your part, not for how you feel about it, and you release the rest. Compassion doesn't mean control, and care doesn't mean sacrifice without limits. Not every yes is real. Some are just convenient, a way to avoid tension, a way to keep things smooth, a way to move on. But those yeses leave something behind, a quiet discomfort, a sense of misalignment. So you choose differently. I prefer honest silence. You choose truth to a forced agreement. And suddenly, the pressure changes. Because now, you're not playing along, you're standing still. And that stillness has weight. Not all manipulation is loud. Some of it is quiet. It shifts details. It rewrites moments. It questions your memory until you begin to question it too. And that's where the danger is. So you anchor yourself. I know what I lived through. You claim your reality. I won't doubt myself because you say otherwise. And you hold it. No need to argue every detail. No need to prove every point. Because your experience is not up for negotiation. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. People think it means resetting everything, going back, restoring access, pretending nothing changed. But that's not forgiveness. That's repetition. Real forgiveness releases the weight, but it doesn't erase the lesson. So you say it clearly. I can forgive you. You let go, but you no longer get the same access to my life. And you adjust the distance, not out of anger, but out of clarity, because not everyone is meant to stay the same distance away. Now notice something. None of these phrases are loud. None of them are aggressive. None of them try to dominate. They don't control others. They control your response. And that changes everything, because the moment you stop reacting, the moment you stop explaining, the moment you stop trying to win, you become harder to move, harder to pull, harder to manipulate. And over time, people notice, they adjust, or they leave. Either way, your peace remains. Because boundaries are not walls, they are gates. And for the first time, your hand stays on the latch. So the next time someone pushes, pause it, take a breath, and choose just one of these lines. Say it slowly, say it clearly, and then let the silence do the rest. Because the quieter the response, the stronger it becomes. And the stronger it becomes, the less you need to say at all.